Again, welcome to Gachie Skyman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. The problem of alcohol, drug abuse, or call it the drug menace, is a national problem. It is not just a problem of Mount Kenya. Sio tatizo la Kikuyu peke yake. If you go to Mombasa, you see the drug menace. The effects of drugs is very clear to all. But the problem with Mount Kenya is because Mount Kenya is the most populated. And again, here, people, the youth, have been turned into cabbages. It is in Mount Kenya, very early in the morning, that the youth wake up to go to look for alcohol. It is in Mount Kenya where some nursery schools have been closed. Indeed, there are some places ambapo kulikuwa na ECD schools. Siku hizi hamna. What we are saying in this video is that the move to stop drug abuse and alcoholism is a good move, but it should not concentrate. It should not be concentrated in Mount Kenya alone. I think it should be handled like a national crisis, which for sure it is. Many families have been broken because of alcoholism. Some people have been killed, have died because of consuming illicit beer. And the dropout rate in Mount Kenya in secondary school is very, very high. Indeed, even the immorality in this region is on another level. Let us not just talk about alcoholism. In fact, we should add even immoralities. It is in Mount Kenya ambapo mambo ya gono yanazungumziwa kama jugu karanga. It is in Mount Kenya that you find prostitutes lining along the streets, drunk and intoxicated. I just want to give two examples of two major towns inhabited by the Kikuyus, Nairobi and Thika. If you go to Thika town during the day, as early as the crack of dawn, watu ambao wanakualika katika mji wa Thika ni watu wanawake ambao wanajiuza kama jugu karanga, na ni wengi vichochoroni, barabarani, and they don't care. If you go to Nairobi, Latema Road, Rudhuri Avenue, brothels are all over. Drunkards flocking in the brothels. The same case applies to Thika. These are just two examples. Walevi, watu ambao wametumia mihadarati, ni maelfu kwa maelfu. Indeed, the rate of HIV in these two countries, in these two counties, that is Kiambu County and Nairobi County, is very, very high. Truth be told, if you have been speaking to doctors, they'll tell you this is a problem in Mount Kenya. This is a serious problem in Mount Kenya. And it is as a result of poverty, alcoholism, and many other things. So, although it is a good move, let us widen the scope. Because you find Kikuyus also in Nakuru, you find Kikuyus in Gilgil, you find Kikuyus in many places. Even Nairobi should be included. Hapo ndipo ambapo unapata pombe ikiuzwa wakati wowote bila kujali wakati, kwa sababu inauzwa usiku na mchana. Indeed, there are some people who are sober. There are some Kikuyus who are sober when they are drunk. And that's the reality. The rates at which there is, the rate of absenteeism in school, especially in this school, is also very high because of drug abuse. It is a menace that is eating our children. And all should unite and try to deal with this problem that is wiping a whole generation. But before we do that, it is very, very important to look beyond Mount Kenya. It is also important to look at a number of factors. One thing that I want to challenge UDA is that it is said, and it is a fact, that it's a bit cold, a number of your financiers during the campaign deals with alcohol. They are brewers, alcohol brewers. A number of them, you dine with them, you eat with them, and you let them kill their people, and then hapa unakuja kufanya mikutano katika hoteli za kifahari, mkikula mkitumia pesa za serikali. It is wrong to dine with them. It was wrong even to get blood money, because this is blood money. All said and done, tuliona ya kwamba Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta alikuwa amefuga majuba ya malevi yalikuwa yamefugwa. I think 26 of them, if I'm not wrong, but some of them have been opened by the UDA government. Some of them, truth be told, some of these people have been appointed in government as economic advisors. Some of them are very close to the government. So let's truth be told. Again, let us talk about job creation. One of the major reasons why people wanaamka na kwenda kunywa pombe, kutafuta pombe, ni kwa sababu hawana namna. Hawana kazi ya kufanya. Hawajui wafanya nini. Ni maskini wa Mungu. Na sasa mtu ambaye hana kazi atafanya nini? Mtu ambaye hana kazi ataamka aende wapi? So that idleness is the one that is leading them to alcohol consumption and drug abuse. Because I believe, kama kungekuwa na kazi, hao watu wangekuwa na kufanya kazi. I believe in developed countries, and if you are here, you can maybe give your opinion. When jobs are not a problem, do you have such problems in your country? Those who are in America, those who are in UK, those who are in Germany, tell us. Sababu tunasikia kwamba humo mna kazi nyingi sana, kuna kazi. The issue of unemployment is not a major issue. But here in Kenya, it's a major issue. Give them jobs, and I believe they'll stop drinking. Give them jobs, and you'll be able to control them. Kwa sababu, something like idleness will not be around. Hakuna mtu ambaye atapata hata wakati wa kwenda kunywa pombe, hata kuvuta sigara, kuvuta bagi, mihadarati, nini. Hata unapata wengine ni kama buzi, unaona mtu anatafuna, sijui nini huwa anatafuna kama buzi, asubuhi, mchana, nini. If you go to any matatu stage, angalia hawa watu, utashangaa. Hakuna mtu ambaye hakuli kitu. Unaona kila mmoja kuna vitafunio ambavyo anatafuna. Sijui huwa anatafuna nini. Just take a minute at any stage. Utaona wengi, especially wale ambao ni wakujaza pale kando ya barabara, utapata hivyo. They are very common. Again, there's also the need to look at the source. How do you arrest a problem without looking at the source? Who are the suppliers of drugs? Who owns these breweries, companies? The brewing companies, who owns them? They are the politicians. Truth be told, they are who is who in this country. Sio mimi, si wewe, si walalahoi, si wasakatoge kama sisi. You own and you kill, and your reward is great in hell, because you have killed so many people. Mmeua watu wengi. Ni wanasiasa ambao wanafanya hivi. Wengi, hata wengi wako katika bunge na wametajirika kutokana na kuuza mihadarati. Wengine sifa zao zinajulikana. Wengine wanauza even in prisons. They go and sell to the prisoners because they are Kuna namna ambavyo wanatumia, wengine hata wanatumia. Indeed, we don't even have role models. Some of the CS are drunkards, truth be told. They are drunkards. Wengine, we have seen them coming on TV show drunk and disorderly. You have seen them. Yet you are telling our youth, that you are going to contain the problem, in which case you yourself, you have the problem. Wewe ni mmoja wa wale ambao wako na zile shida. Wewe ni mlevi wa kupidukia, umeathiriwa kabisa. Wewe ni mraibu wa pombe ambayo unaibugia. Wengine wanakunywa hata wakati ambapo wanaendesha magari. Indeed, that's for sure. Truth be told. So Gachagua is leading this idea of trying to stop alcoholism in Mount Kenya and drunkardness, na mambo kama hayo is a good thing. Nafaa kuunga mkono. Waswahili wanasema mgala muwe na haki mpe. Huu ni mgala ambaye tunampa haki wakati huu, kwa sababu kile ambacho tunaona ni kwamba if this problem is not addressed, it is going to lead to serious problem. Again, you also need to look at the police. Truth be told, these are people who move from one den to the other, looking for handouts and protection fee. Hao watu tunawajua, tumewahi kuona polisi wanajulikana kwamba ni baadhi ya watu ambao wamefanya tatizo hili liwe bovu sana, lifike mahali pengine, kwa sababu kile ambacho wanafanya ni kupokea hogo bila kujali. Wanapokea hogo, hawana haya, hawajali. And the government is not also caring about what is happening to the common mwananchi. Kwa sababu kama umeshachukua hogo ya mtu, utamzuia vipi kuendelea kuuza pombe? Utamzuia vipi? Kwa sababu ni vigumu sana kama umewahi kuhusika pale. The other thing is that I've seen some people saying that the hardship government is responsible for this kind of problem in Mount Kenya. This is madness of the highest order. Ili ni jambo ambalo hatuwezi tukakubali. Sasa Raila, ulimuona wapi Mount Kenya akiuza pombe? Ulimuona wapi? Ulimsikia wapi? Kwa sababu kuna baadhi ya watu ambao wanasema kwamba Raila is the cause of all this. This idea of politicizing everything, this idea of bringing Raila in every nonsense is not good for at all. Na watu wakiendelea hivi, then it make nonsense of the fight about fighting these drunkards and alcoholism. It make nonsense when you start now bringing the issue of Raila Amolo Odinga. Blame your own politicians because they are the one who brew this beer. They are the one who sells this beer. Blame them. Ukweli usemwe ni kwamba wengi wa wanasiasa kutoka sehemu za Mlima Kenya ni walevi. Ukweli usemwe. Kuna jana mmoja ambaye niliona akibugia pombe mchana. And again, the funny thing is that that person, later, I don't know whether he had come from that meeting that was in Nyeri. So, what are you telling our people? Are these the people who are expected to lead this nation and get rid of alcoholism and drug abuse in the whole country? So let's address the issue. Again, if the economy does not improve, how are we going to address this issue? We need to address the issue of the economy. Solve the economic problem, and you have solved most of the problems in this country. How do you explain a situation whereby the economy is not growing? How do you explain whereby tribalism is the order of the day? How do you explain the frustrations with the youth? Indeed, today, if you go to the immigration center, you realize there are thousands and thousands of Kenyans, the youth, who want to leave this country. They want to go to the Middle East. Despite the many challenges, the Middle East, utaona wengi wanaenda kule kwa sababu ya kukosa kazi. So let's also look at the bigger picture. Why are they drinking? What is lacking? Who is failing us? Again, when you look at the issue of the government trying to bring this issue as the issue of Mount Kenya alone, it is not the case. I've said it is a nationwide crisis that should be given the priority. It should be declared a national disaster. And doesn't mean that it is something that we cannot be able to handle. We can be able to handle this problem. And many families are crying. They have lost their loved ones. They have buried their own. And many children have been left orphans because of alcoholism. Na hatuwezi tukapuuza tukasema kwamba pombe haina madhara. Hatuwezi tukasema kwamba dawa za kulevya hazina madhara. Zina madhara mengi. But the approach needs to be improved, because we cannot have people dying all the day, all the time. And it's something that can be able to contain. And if we all unite, I believe we can do something. Because for sure here, even Parliament has been failing us. Because why should you continue taxing beer? Because when you look at they call it good beer. Let's use the word good beer. Like now, Tusker, the other one is, which is the other one, Balozi, and Guinness. Why should, like now, I understand, half the price of beer goes to taxes. Why should you get 50% of the cost of beer at serikali ndio inachukua? How do you expect? Why don't you lower the taxes? Like now, if you are taking 50%, you just take 20%. And the price of beer would come down. And these people will start taking normal beer. Because I believe if you take pombe ya kawaida, utaamka uende kazini, utaendelea na kazi yako, na maisha yatakuwa mazuri. The problem is the government also. Let's also agree. Kwa sababu kule kuendelea kudai kodi ya hali ya juu sana ni jambo ambalo linaweza kuleta matatizo mengi sana. This problem of Mount Kenya and alcoholism and drugs started during Moi's era. Truth be told, pombe ililetwa katika sehemu za mlima Kenya, and I understand the government wanted to control the population because the population of Mount Kenya was very high. Today wengi hawezi kufanya chochote, hata kumtuga mwanamke mimba hawezi. They can't, sababu ya the effects of alcohol on their body. I don't know what you think, but if you ask me, from where I sit, I can see we have a big problem in this country. Problem is a result of corruption. Problem is a result of politics, bad politics, siasa baya, maisha mabaya. And we have a dying population. We have a dying community in the name of the House of Mobi. This is guys Skyman, the tallest man in Black Africa. Take that 1 minute, subscribe to our channel, like this video, comment and support in the best way you know how. And may you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.